story of reality is the problem. My favorite belief, I never get what I want. I never get what I want, right? So I have that belief system. If left to my own devices, if I'm not consciously thinking, that old tape will fill in. I never get what I want. I never get what I want. And I remember years ago, I started to unpack that a little bit because I know I have this belief. I know I start framing all of reality through that lens because I can tell you, well, I didn't get this and I sort of got that, but not this, again, it was always through this lens of I never get what I want. So I started looking at where the hell did that story come from in my life? Like, why did I even start with that story? And one of the thoughts I had was I'd remembered a time when I was a little girl that I was shopping with my mother in a department store, and my mother wasn't always famous for listening to me. Let's just put it that way. My mother wasn't the one who said, let's make your wishes come true. That wasn't exactly the belief system there. And so we're shopping in, I don't remember what, Alexander's or whatever department store it is. And I fall in love with this pair of red shoes. I see this pair of red shoes and I'm like so excited and I want them with all my heart. And I know my mother's, of course, going to say, no way, or they're too expensive. Or what do you need that for? What do you need red shoes for? What are you going to do with red shoes? Right. So, but I told her, or I whined, or God knows what, and she decided to buy the red shoes, which was a miracle. And I remember being so excited and so like, oh my God, I'm going to get the red shoes. I'm going to get something I want, whatever. And then in the story, I don't remember what happened, but we left the department store and somehow she left the bag behind, or she left it on the street, or what, I don't know what happened, but I never got the red shoes. I never got the red shoes, right? And so that was my memory. And that was the story that came up to me for me when I said, I never get what I want. I never get what I want. And it's like, see, even when I almost got what I wanted, it still didn't happen. I never get what I want, right? So that was like a really painful memory, but it was also like, it helped me see the story. You want to hear something insanely fascinating about that? I mean, I don't even know how this happened, but years ago, thank God, before my mom died, my mom's no longer alive, I was somehow sharing this with her. Like I somehow like brought it up to her that, and I never got the red shoes. And she's looking at me like, what planet are you from? Because first of all, she didn't remember a lot of my life because it wasn't really that important to her. And so, but, I was saying, you don't remember it. You don't remember. I really wanted these red shoes. And then you lost them, you left them in the bag and and you remember, and then she flashed and she remembered and she told me, what are you talking about? I did forget the red shoes. You're right. I remember now. I left the bag in the department store, but don't you remember? They called me and we went back and we got them. And I did not remember that at all. And so what was so fascinating to me is my story was truer to me than reality, right? Like I only remembered the part of the story that served that belief of I don't get what I want. I don't get what I want. That was so fascinating to me because my story and my interpretation blocked out reality. And you are doing the same exact thing. You have stories or ideas and they are filters, and anything that doesn't match your story, you're not even seeing, you're not even allowing, right? That blew me away. I mean, that was just really life-changing.